I'm Sam.
And I'm Greg.
We're human beings. And we like movies.
We'll be doing reviews of brand new releases,
Old classics,
entire sagas,
and even TV shows and video games.
This is Reaction Time.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 29 of Reaction Time Podcast. 29? 29? 29? 29?
How's everybody doing today?
Hi, y'all. Hope your day is going swimmingly. We today are talking about a Netflix movie. Is this our first Netflix movie?
This is our first
Netflix anything?
Yeah. I mean, technically, Annihilation was almost a Netflix movie.
Almost, I guess. But that was forever. When was Annihilation? 2018?
Yeah, it was
Did they even
2018.
make Netflix movies in 2018? I guess they did.
No, maybe not. I mean, it went basically straight
They had a
to
Netflix. They had Netflix shows in 2018, so I'm guessing they did already.
When was
make-
Stranger Things?
That was 2017, I think the first season came out.
Yeah.
So,
they definitely already had stuff.
yeah. They were already making content.
Yeah.
But yeah, here we are. Ready to talk about Chris Hemsworth killing a buttload of people.
A buttload of people.
How are you doing, Craig?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing great. It is
It's early in the morning.
8:30 in the morning, and we're both up because one of us has a dog and one of us has a kids.
Has the kids, yes.
Yes.
Yes. One of us has the kids.
And so
They both wake us
we've
up around
both
the
been
same
up for,
time.
let me guess, 2 hours?
Yeah. I woke up at 6. So,
I was up at 6:45, so
Yeah.
you beat me.
yeah.
You got me beat.
On a very wonderful Saturday.
Yeah. Also, sorry today's episode is late. There was just things happened.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
Now we're here.
All the other episodes should be relatively on time.
Yeah.
Relatively.
At least we're still releasing an episode.
At least we're doing it, you guys. This is the first time we've never released anything on a Friday.
Well, I mean, we missed that week.
No, but we still released something that said we're missing this week.
Yeah, I guess that's
This
true.
is the first one. You guys,
I posted on the Discord and our Twitter.
that's true.
So,
We're not perfect.
no, we're not.
So,
We're basically perfect, but just not quite there.
yeah, not quite.
Yeah.
Are we going to do spoiler free for this? I guess we could do a quick.
Sure.
We'll do a quick spoiler free for you guys. There's not much.
I guess this is the second one, so it's almost even more of like
It is
a
the second one.
spoiler free. How do
Yeah,
you really?
but at the same time, it is a movie. Like you can watch it without watching the first one.
I didn't watch the first one, and
Yeah.
it was just fine.
Yeah. There's not much to know.
Chris Hemsworth is extracting something.
He is extracting
The
something.
end.
And yeah, honestly,
that's
yeah. I was going to say
basically
there's
it.
another thing, but there's no other thing.
No, there's not.
So it's a really cool movie. It's, I would basically call it like a Tom Clancy style movie. Like it's ex-military hitman type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
he's
perfect.
just always in military gear with all the military things, killing just
So many people.
everyone.
So many people.
And it's really cool. So if
Well-
you like that kind of movie with little, I mean, it has a plot, but
Yeah.
that's just not the driving force of the movie.
No, it's the action
Yeah, it's the action.
and the Russo brothers because
Yeah,
they're just awesome.
yeah. Oh, yeah, that is the Russo brothers, huh?
They didn't direct it,
They,
but
did they write it? Or they
the
produce
one brother wrote it, and then they both produced it.
it? Okay,
So
but it was dope.
it was really good.
So you liked it?
I liked it.
What,
Yeah.
What would you give it out of 10?
I'd give it an 8.7.
Okay, that's fair. I would give this movie. It's hard because like my vibe's gonna be way up there, and everything else is like cool, man. Like, I mean, there's some stuff that's really really awesome. I give it a 9.
Yeah. My only thing is, do you ever see yourself watching it again?
Yes.
Okay. I guess don't.
If I just want to, because I feel very like this and John Wick are the same feeling for me,
Right.
and I'll rewatch John Wick whenever I just want to watch a shooting movie.
Right, but I
Like a
guess
shooting,
would you
fighting movie.
choose this over John Wick or Nobody or
It
something
kind
like
of
that, right?
depends on what I want.
I guess that's true. If you want to look at Chris Hemsworth, then I mean,
He's a handsome
he's
guy.
a handsome dude.
My goodness. Jeez, you guys, I
I could
get
take
it.
like 2% of his looks. That'd be perfect.
Man, I get it. I get the hype, okay? He is the best. Is he the best Chris?
He's the best Chris.
He's the handsomest Chris.
yeah.
That's for sure. I think Chris Pratt might be the best Chris. But
In terms
Chris
of just
Hemsworth-
overall,
of
probably.
just overall,
Yeah.
because Chris Pratt's like a 998 out of 1,000. He's high, dude.
So are we going to start doing reviews
Just
on
of people.
actors?
Visuals, 200 out of 200. Story,
Because you could
I
do
mean, he
acting.
divorced Anna Faris, which is like, so that's why I gave him 2 points off. Actually,
Okay.
everything else,
Perfect.
except for that, now he just has decided to not be funny anymore. Actually, he's still funny.
I mean, he's
but
funny
he
in
doesn't
Guardians.
do comedy roles, and he needs to.
Yeah.
but that's a superhero role. I want him to just
like a Parks
do a
and Recs
comedy.
again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just want him to be in an Adam Sandler movie or something.
Has he really been in anything though, other than Jurassic World and Guardians?
No, I mean voices, but that's kind of it.
I guess he was
Lego
Mario.
Movie and Mario.
Yeah.
But other than that, and I mean he's been in other stuff. He was
Yeah.
in that one movie with Jennifer Lawrence, Passenger, which I never saw.
Yeah, it was fine. That was a while ago though.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
2016 or something.
Yeah,
it was
that
a
was
long
a while
time
ago.
2016 is now like 7 years ago, which
Dude,
is
it's insane.
a bummer for us trying to live long lives, because it's just slowly going away. Because that was like a third of my life ago.
Yeah.
No, it was a fourth of my life ago. But
Yeah. You know.
wow, that was a quarter of my life ago. Oh my gosh. I did not like saying that out loud. Anyways, so
Even just the 2000s was 23 years ago. It's just insane.
yeah. My goodness. Y2K, 23 and a half years ago.
Yeah.
Also, happy June or July, whatever year it is.
Yeah, oh my gosh, it's July
everybody.
1st.
My favorite meme, because this is 4th of July week, so I get to say this. My favorite meme of all time is at this point, I don't know what qualifies as a meme, but it's
Everything.
just somebody just posted a picture of like a diary entry they had when they were like 7.
Okay.
And they're like, man, I was an idiot when I was 7. And it just says, happy 4th of July, goodbye 2007, hello 2008. And it's so funny. Happy 4th,
Happy 4th of July.
So happy
I was
4th
an
of
idiot
July,
when I was
everybody.
7 years old.
Goodbye 2023, hello 2024. That's the vibes I'm going into this week with. But anyway, so I guess where do you put this movie? So if we take Nobody, John Wick, and this movie, what position do you put this in? And take maybe John Wick as a whole,
Yeah.
because there's
I would
4
put it
movies.
at the bottom.
Okay.
For every reason other than the one-shots in this movie.
Yeah.
Because neither of them did it as good as this movie.
Did you ever watch the one shot from the first one?
So I watched a one-shot. It was just a gunfighting. Was that it?
No.
Okay, because it had like...
Did they go into a car?
No.
Oh, okay. That's the one shot.
That's the one? Okay.
I don't remember how long that one is. Do you know how long the one shot in this movie is? The prison one?
Probably like 10,
It
15
is-
minutes.
20.
Oh my gosh.
Where'd I write it down?
There's no way. That was 20 minutes? Oh, I guess because it's when he gets into the prison, it starts the one shot.
Yeah. I think it's 21 minutes and 7 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
I had it written down here, but I don't see it. So maybe my laptop didn't update. But
So like that's for me. I don't know if I would watch the movie as a whole or if I would just watch clips on YouTube.
that's fair.
Nobody in John Wick I would watch as a whole,
Yeah.
but like this, there's not really a story. I mean, it's a pretty
Nah,
basic. He's
no.
extracting somebody.
Yeah. There's
But-
just cool scenes.
Yeah, but I would rewatch those scenes
For sure.
rather than the whole movie.
Yeah, I get that. This
So-
is like, I used to, probably about 10 years ago, I started Testosterone Tuesdays. And so what I would do is I would invite some buddies over and we would just pick the most testosterone-filled movie we could find and we would just watch it.
13 going on 30. Mean
Yeah,
Girls.
13 going on 30, 17 again.
Mean Girls.
Mean Girls. We watched all of Pretty Little Liars. Just kidding. So we watched
Have you actually seen Pretty Little
I
Liars?
have not.
Oh my
but you
gosh.
love Pretty Little Liars.
No, I don't.
Craig loves
I do
that
not love
show,
Pretty
you
Little
guys.
Liars.
It's his favorite. But we watched like Pacific Rim,
Yeah.
like
Transformers.
Man of Steel, Transformers.
Man of Steel's great.
Man of Steel is great.
Yeah.
I thought you were a hater of Man of Steel. I'm thinking
No.
of somebody else then. Yeah, Man of Steel is awesome.
Yeah.
I love Man of Steel. Anyway, wait, you're thinking of Superman? You
I'm
do
thinking
hate
of
Man of
Real
Steel.
Steel.
No, you hate Man of Steel.
Is it Real?
Real Steel with Hugh Jackman?
Yeah.
I've never seen that,
That's
but
actually
I've
pretty
always
good.
wanted to. You
Yeah,
hate Man of Steel.
I hate Man of Steel.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like,
Henry
I was like,
Cavill's
he loves Man
freaking
of Steel.
little hair poof. It just needs to go away.
Oh, does he have a hair poof?
Oh yeah, dude, with his costume, it just like sticks
Oh,
out.
gross.
It's
Anyway, we'll need to talk about the new Superman later too. Oh, Craig's looking at me all confused.
there's a new Superman.
Yes,
Oh,
there's a new
God.
Superman. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
So anyway, this is a really long version of saying that this movie is basically like just action.
It's just action.
There's not that much of a story.
no.
So,
There's
but
a
there's the
little-
right amount. If you've seen any Tom Clancy anything, it's kind of the same.
Yeah.
Except for Jack Ryan. Jack Ryan is very story driven,
Yeah.
but that's a show. But any Tom Clancy movie, I don't remember what it's called. Did you see the Tom Clancy movie with Michael B. Jordan that came out on Amazon
No.
a few years ago? That movie was dope.
Was
too.
it good?
Yeah, it was very
Okay.
similar to this
Yeah.
one. This one I just think had.
It's
I
also,
think this one
boring.
has really good deaths.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just love the way people die in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Like maybe more than the other two movies. Maybe more than John Wick and Nobody.
This had like Bullet Train good deaths.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, it was like a good mix between Bullet Train and John Wick Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like not just bonkers, weird stuff, but still had the lever of clevericity. What's the word for is it cleverness? Because I hate that word.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
calling it
cleverness.
clevericity.
Clever.
And so,
You like that word better than
but then also
cleverness?
felt super grounded in reality. So
Yeah.
yeah, I loved it.
Like basically everything could happen.
It was a good watch. I at no point in the movie was I kind of bummed out about what was going on.
No. No.
Because I don't need a story with this.
And I was never really bored
No.
because you would have action and then like 2 minutes of no action and then
Yeah.
action again.
Yeah. So, okay. Anything else?
No, I
Spoiler
suggest it.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's
So-
free if you pay $1,000
if
a
you
month.
pay, oh my gosh, Netflix is getting insane.
Yeah. They better keep putting out fire content.
But they're probably making more money than Disney Plus.
I'm making more money. I'm literally
Well, everybody
I
makes more
am
money.
making more money than Disney Plus. If y'all don't know, Disney Plus I think lost $800 billion last quarter. Lost.
I thought it was million.
No, I think it was billion. No, it was million.
Yeah, it was million. There's no
Sorry.
way. It was
800
800 trillion.
in a quarter though.
quarter.
That's 3 months, which means they're losing in the billions every year.
Oh, yeah.
So Disney Plus, take this as your note to make better shows.
And charge just a little more. It's
Yeah.
like $7. I mean,
Yeah, I guess so. But
yeah, I don't know. Because even if they make better shows, how many people would need to have subscribed? 800 million divided by 7. That's like over 100 million extra people would
Yeah.
need to subscribe to that for them to break even. That's not even to make money. There's no way that's going to happen.
Yeah. Or don't spend 200 no.
Don't
yeah.
spend 350 million on Indiana Jones.
Or 250 million on Andor. Well, Disney Plus didn't spend anything on Indiana Jones. It's literally just Disney Plus losing money. It's not Disney. That's terrible.
I'm
That's
sure they're losing
horrible.
money.
At least they make money on the parks. Anyway,
Now that Bob Iger's back, they do.
I guess so. Okay, we're gonna move on to spoilers then.
Spoiler time.
It's spoiler time. So if you don't want spoilers, hop on out of here.
Spoilers, everybody dies. Basically.
I mean, most 75% of people die.
Well, probably 95% of people die.
95% of people in this movie die, and it's great.
Oh, it's awesome.
Okay, spoiler time.
Okay.
You want to jump into our stuff?
Skewering.
I mean, yeah, let's jump right into skewering. Okay.
The pitchfork.
Does it go into the guy's neck?
Yeah,
right?
It's through his neck.
I mean, how wonderful
How wonderful is that?
was that?
My wife's like, was that a pitchfork? I'm like, yep.
It's just great.
That's great.
There's no reason not to skewer somebody in your movie.
I know. At this point in life,
Yeah.
I want every movie, even if it's like freaking, if somebody doesn't get skewered in Barbie, I'm giving it a 0 out of 1,000.
Dude, can you imagine Will Ferrell just like right into Ken and he's like, it'd be amazing.
Or even if it's just like a Barbie like toy like foot or something, like skewering somebody's foot or
That would be cool
that'd be
too.
so great.
I would love that. I'm praying now for skewering in Barbie.
And if it's not there, garbage.
Rocky training montage.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Awesome choice.
Oh, great.
They were missing the music.
But it was basically all there.
But it's basically all there. All
The last one when he throws the freaking
axe?
the axe to
the hatchet.
The hatchet. The
Okay,
tree.
so I want to talk about that in
Okay.
the visuals. I think that looks cool because I was like, oh, why does that feel so cool? It's because it looks so dangerous for the cameraman.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it's like right
Because
next
it's
to it.
right next to the tree and the hatchet comes.
Yeah.
Like right next to the camera. And it's like, and I'm like, how would they have filmed that? But they probably just set up a camera.
Probably.
and had him throw a hatchet into it. Like, I'm assuming Chris Hemsworth is okay at hatchet throwing.
Even if he actually did throw something, I mean, it could have just been like a toy thing, and then they could have just had it sticking in there.
That's true.
I mean, they
It
could
could
have
be,
done that.
but they didn't. I don't think they pan the camera because that's one thing you can do. Like,
That's
if somebody
true.
gets shot, you just have the arrow in them already, and you just go, and then like.
That's true. They didn't
I think
pan
it was
the
just
camera.
stationary, so I don't know. Sorry. So yeah.
I mean, he was probably cameraman and had like, freaking bubble wrap around him or something,
Yeah.
so he didn't die.
That's true. It's just tons and tons and tons of bubble wrap.
You know the big bubbles that they play the sports with?
Oh, he was just wearing that.
He was just wearing that.
Yeah. That actually probably would stop a hatchet.
Or would it just slice right through it?
There's no way it would slice through and keep going.
I guess that's
I think
true.
it would slice through but fall.
And then just fall.
Fall
Yeah.
inside.
That's true.
I don't know. Okay, well, my next note has to do with the prison stuff. So, him
in the hospital bed, he just looked really good. Like his like dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought like the makeup and everything, he looked really, really good. Like I was like, dang, he looks like he is dead,
Yeah.
basically.
And I feel like they made him look skinny.
Yeah,
They might have done some Captain America type thing.
they probably did.
But
or Matt Damon Martian type
yeah,
thing.
but yeah, they did a good job at making him look sickly.
The other thing that I had was I love the scene where it's him and he's petting the dog and he's holding the one chicken, and there's the other chicken just sitting on the couch.
And then they do it again later.
I know. It's just great. Did he have chickens in the first one?
Yeah, so there's a
Okay.
really funny line in the first one where I think it's his friend Nick, the girl. She comes in and she goes, "You have chickens?" He goes, "Yeah, I love chickens, except for they crap everywhere." It's so funny because there's just chickens all over his house. So yeah, he had chickens in the first one.
He's a cute dog.
Yeah.
Now and then after that, prison stuff, dude.
Okay, so let's jump into the prison stuff.
Yeah.
So this is a 21-minute runner in a
is
movie that is
insane.
just over 2 hours.
Yeah.
Which means a sixth of the movie is in one shot.
Yeah.
Which
And that's
is
only-
not one shot, but it's filmed to look like one shot.
And it's only one of the one shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
There's so many of them.
and it is awesome.
They're so great.
And I watched a video where, do you know who Corridor Crew is? They break down visual effects. I think I've told you about them before. But I don't know
Did they
if
do the
you're
Avatar
watching.
one?
Yeah.
Okay, I watched it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they do a bunch of other stuff. So they break down visual effects, but sometimes they also break down. They have VFX artists react. Like that's like a series they do, but they also do stuntmen react.
Okay.
So they bring on stuntmen to talk about like stunts they did and stuff. And then they also from that have branched off into trying to kind of not simulate, but like recreate different styles of movies. So
Okay.
they're like, okay, we're going to try to do this type of stunt. So for this, they were like, we're going to try to make a scene that's really similar to the oner in Extraction. And they like
Okay.
got the director from Extraction to come and kind of like tell them what to do and then critique them and all that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
And so he just talked about like what the goal is, and you just want to create chaos, but also have your subject moving. And so Chris Hemsworth obviously is trying to break out of this prison, and just the movement is so fun because
So good.
and then one thing he mentioned is he's like, what makes this scene so cool is you see in real time what it takes to get him out of the prison.
Right, right.
Like there's no. You just
There's
cut
no
to
guesswork.
now he's
Yeah.
I wonder how long it's been. Like
Right.
it's been 21 minutes that he's been
That's
fighting the
crazy.
whole time
Right,
trying to
right.
get
That's
out.
crazy. I didn't
So
think of that.
I didn't think about that either, but it makes sense because you're like in it the whole time. And during a oner like that, you are never bored,
Oh no.
even if
It's so weird
not-
how that makes it so you're never bored.
yeah.
Because it's just like I think it's because since it's one shot,
Yeah.
you feel like you have to keep watching so you don't miss anything.
And that's how 1917 feels.
Yeah.
Because the whole movie is shot as a oner.
Yeah.
And
It's
so
almost.
is there
I think there's two.
are there two cuts?
When he jumps into the water, I know there's a cut there. And I think there's one time like a tape.
is there an actual cut or like
No,
it's a
there's
cut
not
in
an
it?
actual cut, but that's like where because they had to film for like 30-minute periods and not mess up.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I was reading about it before. There's only like 2 or 3 actual times where they were able to trick you to think that it wasn't a one shot.
Wow.
And that was like a tank going by, because
Yeah.
then they could just replay that, and
Yeah.
then him falling in the water, and I think there was like one other spot.
Jeez. I thought they did, because something like this 21-minute one, they probably did
There's times where they look at the
15
wall,
cuts or
right?
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff where
Yeah.
they can do that. But
But in 1917, there's really.
I thought they had
there's
cut it
only
a lot
few.
more.
No, there's only a few times.
Interesting.
They could actually cut it.
But yeah, that whole movie feels like something's about to happen. Even when
Right.
they're just like laying down talking.
Yeah.
You're like, I know that this just goes and goes and goes.
Why haven't
so
they panned somewhere?
Yeah. Freaks me out. Okay, so first things first. When he's fighting David and
That's the
bad guy,
dad.
the dad.
Yeah.
And they're fighting, right? And first, he shoves his face up against the hot metal coal thing.
Yep.
And then he does one of my favorite things that I've never seen anybody do in a movie. And he grabs his hand like this with two fingers, and he rips it in half vertically. And the pinky and ring finger just kind of flop over to the side. And I felt it when he did it in my
100%.
hand.
Yeah.
Because if you've ever gotten a paper cut there,
It's basically the same.
It's basically the same, except for that it's ripped almost all the way down. Wow.
Dude,
That was
cool.
that was a bold thing to do.
That was cool.
So cool. So that's like clever. That's not even what kills him, but that's like clever death number one.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
With that, and then
they shoot to him later.
is that where does he kill? Wait, how does he kill him?
He kills him with the pitchfork, doesn't he?
I thought he dies with the shovel. And doesn't his wife kill him?
Oh, his wife kills him, right? Yeah. Yeah.
The pitchfork's a different guy.
The pitchfork is a different guy.
Okay. Yeah. But then he gets smacked around with a shovel several times.
But then they pan to him later after he's died, and
And
you
it just
still
flops over.
So
It's
good.
so gross and so good.
It was amazing.
But that was a good fight and a good, and what I love is when he rips his hand in half, because sometimes in movies, somebody gets severely injured in a fight and they just keep going.
Right.
But it's like there's a point where your adrenaline is not just going to keep you going. Because like you'll even see people like get their arms cut off and they're like, no, whatever. And then it's like,
they just
no.
escape through a canyon, and get taken by a helicopter.
how does that movie make it back into this?
That's gonna be like Star Wars for you. I'm just gonna make 127 hours.
But so yeah, he rips it. And he's like, oh, and it's like, yeah, that's exactly what would happen.
Oh yeah,
and then he dies.
There's no way that you're not just. Oh, I'm just not gonna worry about what just happened to me.
Yeah. So the next thing about this, man, maybe this is. I'll talk about some of this actually in the score.
Okay.
But just the hand-to-hand combat during that whole prison break is freaking.
It's so good.
So good.
Yeah.
It's so well choreographed.
Oh yeah.
And it doesn't ever feel like, because if you take a stupid, chaotic scene like the throne room scene from Star Wars Episode 8. You know what I'm talking about? In the red room.
Yes.
That's visually a stunning scene on surface level.
Visually
really
stunning.
cool. But then you watch a video of anybody breaking that scene
and
down.
it's not good at all.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
That at some points they have to CGI out weapons that people were holding.
Yeah.
So that it makes sense.
Yeah.
Why they're not killing
I saw a thing on that scene and talking about how bad it was.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
Like at the very, very end, one guy has like two big knives or whatever, and then he grabs Ray, and then the knife from his other hand just vanishes.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's that bad. You choreographed it that bad where in post you were like, oh no, like we got to get rid of some of the weapons. You would have never seen that in the prequels.
Oh no.
Ever.
No.
Anyway.
And there's a part where like some guy's just sitting there fighting like nothing.
He's just swinging.
He's just swinging.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
And if you look at this scene, and I went back and rewatched this scene, and I think it helps that it's not everybody's trying to fight him.
Right.
Everyone's trying to fight everybody.
Right.
So it's really helpful, which I think is a great direction choice.
It is.
Because you just minimize your risk of error.
Right. Like you think of John Wick, and he'll fight like 50 people at once. What are they all doing?
Yeah.
Because they're all after him.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like,
So those are where it's like,
I'm just going to wait until somebody dies and then I'm going to run in.
because you always see, it's in so many movies
Yeah,
too.
so
but
many.
You see somebody come up and fight him and they get punched, and you see the guy in the background and he's just like this.
Yeah.
He's just waiting.
or he gets punched one time and he's like laying on the ground, like knocked out. And it's like, no, that wouldn't happen,
Yeah.
So I like that direction. It didn't feel like, oh, why is nobody attacking him? Because
Right.
he's not the threat.
This movie, it feels super grounded, like very, very realistic
Yeah.
in almost all of it.
Yeah.
There aren't very many spots where I'm like that person's not using even any common sense at all.
Right.
There's not, I didn't catch a lot of it, at least if it happens. Okay. So when he gets the riot shield and just starts slapping people with it, bro. Yeah. That's what's up.
This felt like a Call of Duty campaign
Oh, 100%.
in a movie.
Yeah, it's so good.
Especially with the one shots, because that's Call of Duty, right? You're just,
Yeah.
it's one shot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's so cool.
And then the Molotov cocktail, which he blocks with the riot shield, but it lights his arm on fire. This was
even put it out.
the one non-common sense thing, unless his clothes were super fire
they
retardant,
probably are.
which they probably are.
They probably are.
And he just starts fire punching people, which is not something I had on my bingo card at the beginning of this movie. He's just basically from fist to forearm is on fire. He's throat
For like
punching
5
people.
minutes, too.
Yeah, for so long. And I'm like,
That's probably not quite realistic.
bro.
But he's just, I mean, there's one where he just like lays it on him and just like lets the fire like hit him.
And the punching people, like a fire punch would not hurt any worse than a regular punch.
No.
But it looks
so cool.
So cool. So it's worth it for sure. So that's all I have for the prison stuff. That's half my notes. And then I got, because that's like half the movie.
Yeah,
and then I have more stuff. Do you have any more prison break stuff?
No, mine's next is the car scene.
Yeah, so the car scene. What do you got? I got a couple things too.
I got car chase.
Yeah, okay. Yes, the car chase is great. The one thing I don't love about the car chase, I have noticed that I'm starting to become pickier and pickier as we watch movies, which was bound to
It's
happen.
just what's going to happen. So do critics start out like
Like
loving
us?
everything and then they just eventually start to
wonder.
hate stuff?
I don't know.
Are we going to get to the point where we're going to watch like a Transformers movie and be like, that was the dumbest thing ever because there wasn't a story? And
I
all
think
that
we're
kind
the
of stuff.
opposite because we were harder on movies at the beginning. And
Oh, yeah,
maybe
like
it was just
Avatar.
the movies we watched. But like we watched
destroyed
Avatar,
Avatar.
then The Grinch.
Yep. I think even Cloverfield was pretty close.
And
to
Cloverfield
this.
was like the fourth movie we watched.
Yeah.
The fifth movie. So we were, and now everything's like,
Like nobody's like a 997 out of 1,000.
Here's the thing. Overall, so you and I have we've done our favorite movies, which have been the most polarizing ones, right? Because you gave 127 hours in the 900s. I gave it in the 500s.
Yeah.
I gave Revenge of the Sith in the 900s, and you gave it in the 700s.
Yeah.
Other than that, we have given everything in the 900s since we watched Ant-Man, and there's like 12 episodes.
Dang.
So,
Holy crap.
yeah, no, we're not very hard on movies.
But we have been watching a lot of like
Just stuff we love.
well, like stuff
Yeah.
I wanted to show to you.
Yeah.
The only things that would be off is new releases, but
We have to see Barbie.
I know.
I'm actually hoping that Barbie's great.
I
really actually am. I hope it's like so good.
yeah.
Anyway,
It's if it's like the Lego movie, because I remember hearing about that and I was like, this is gonna be so dumb. And I
then
saw
it was
it and I was
great.
like, this is probably the greatest thing I've ever seen
Yeah.
in my life.
could happen.
Yeah. It could
Okay,
happen.
anyway, my point is, I feel like I'm getting harder on movies and getting more nitpicky.
Yeah.
But one thing that did pull me out for a split second of this movie was some of the convenience factors in
Okay.
the car chase scene. So like when the road splits and then all of a sudden it's converging at the perfect moment for them to like T-bone somebody.
Right.
But the split in the road is not very long.
Yeah, because he like comes and like bashes like a bunch of motorcycles.
Yeah.
Just randomly.
So it's like, but that doesn't break the movie.
No.
You know? But so one of my favorite lines, so this is like, a lot of this stuff is like writing mixed with visuals.
Mm-hmm.
But when he's like, I think he's like hanging out of the
side.
Out of the train. Is this the train scene that I'm thinking of? Or
I'm trying to think if there was a car scene that was funny. I remember.
There's also a car scene. But anyways, she yells, because he's with his sister-in-law, right? He's rescuing them. And he's got his gun. And she goes, "What are you doing? These men are killers." And he goes, "So am I." And he shoots the motorcycle and it explodes. I'm like, that's such a great line.
It's so good.
I guess the best line of that caliber is from Fast and Furious 5 or 6. And The Rock, I believe this is right after The Rock breaks out of his cast.
Okay.
And he goes down, and a helicopter has just exploded. So he goes and grabs the giant turret from the helicopter, and he walks over, and somebody
course.
says, I thought you were bringing the cavalry. Where's the cavalry? And he goes,
I am the cavalry.
Woman, I am the cavalry. The mere mention of just woman from The Rock that's gold. Best line of movie history. This was also great. So am I. So yeah, that was great.
The only thing about the car chase scene, I guess, for me, that I love when they pan and show people in something from like the outside. Like in the new Star Treks, there's so many times where they're flying in a spaceship and it pans in on them in the spaceship looking out. I didn't think it. I mean, obviously it's a one shot, so I'm assuming it was real, but it looked really fake when the camera zoomed in on Chris Hemsworth and the girl
That makes sense.
through the window. They didn't look right, I guess.
Huh.
And I don't know. I mean, there was a lot of bullet shots on the window, so maybe just like the reflections.
Oh,
of
I know what you're
stuff.
talking about. So
Yeah.
my guess is that the bullet things were CGI'd,
Yeah.
all the cracks, and then when they go in, that's a wipe, or it's not called a wipe. What's that called? I can't remember what it's called, but that's where they transition to a
Yeah.
new shot. So I probably just the seam.
They just looked
But,
weird.
Yeah, and the bullet shots did look like they weren't great because you have
Yeah.
to pin those onto a moving object.
Of course.
And there is software that can do that, but I did notice right at the beginning where it went towards them. I noticed a little bit of shift.
Yeah.
Of the bullet things
Yeah.
on the window, and I was like, oh, and I just kind of looked past it.
It's weird they don't have just bulletproof glass that they shot and used. Like,
Yeah,
right?
that would be the easy choice.
I would think, unless something had to do with the camera shot
The
going
only,
in, maybe
yeah,
they
the only
couldn't
thing
have.
that makes that difficult is if you're filming it breaking,
Yeah.
then the transition would be hard to make.
Yeah.
Because you can't shoot at actors even with bulletproof glass.
Right, of course.
Then you turn out like friggin' Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Right. So
Horrible.
you can't, yeah. So that's what would make that difficult. I mean, because then the other option is CGI out the bullet stuff that's already in there, but then you got to face replace and do
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So if they're going for the oner look, I mean, there are ways that they could have kind of avoided it maybe, but it's probably really difficult. So.
Yeah.
But so
they're
it
cool
wasn't great.
shots.
It is cool shots.
It just looked a little.
It's a little iffy
bad.
for a minute, and then you kind of forget about it afterwards. So,
That was my main thing for the car chase.
yeah.
It was cool. I mean, it just another crazy one shot. The cameramen in this movie deserve all the raises in all of the world. I mean, just them following everything
Yes.
and like, I mean, I saw a quick clip of like this guy that was sitting in like a prototype car thing with a camera like that was driving by and he was like bumping over stuff and
Yeah.
having to record. I was like, dude, props to you.
Well, and it's so cool
Like,
because so the winner from Extraction 1 is like there's a car and everything, and so they're following the car, and then you watch the behind the scenes. This guy's sitting in probably the same thing,
Yeah.
and he's filming it, and then he gets off of it, and he walks and he's filming, and he gets inside the car through the window.
Oh
It's
my
so
gosh,
cool.
that's crazy.
It's really, really, really cool. So yeah, cinematography is great in this movie.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. So
That's kind of like with Mission Impossible. A lot of the times people are like, Tom Cruise is so crazy. And it's like, yeah, but the cameramen also have to be just as crazy as Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Like when he does the Halo jump and
Yeah.
Fallout, like the cameraman had to make sure that scene looked good
Oh,
and
yeah.
do it with him.
the one I always think about is from the Bourne. Shoot, is it Ultimatum? It's the Bourne.
probably Ultimatum. That's
I think
the
it's
best
third
one.
where he jumps between buildings and crashes through the window, and the camera follows him.
Yes,
and you watch
yes.
the behind the scenes. It's just a guy on a harness with a big camera, and you're like, props, dude.
Dude, that's cool.
It's freaking cool,
Yeah.
man. So, yeah, I always think about that. It's like that's the cameraman, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, good on the cameraman.
Okay.
So when they're in the parking lot,
Okay, keep going.
or parking
Garage?
garage, kind of,
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
but I think they're outside. But he pulls the guy's own grenade that's strapped to his chest.
Yes.
And then he does the walk away from an explosion thing, but it's the tiniest
I
explosion
know,
ever.
it's so little.
It's so funny because it's realistic, right? It's
It
not going to
totally
be
is.
this ginormous nuclear explosion.
No.
But it's still cool because he's just like walking away and it's just like the guy that's like explodes in the background. So good. It's so funny.
Oh man.
And then this is a little more towards the end. I only have a couple more notes. All of the gym deaths
So
were
great.
so
the
cool.
freaking machine.
The leg
one.
press,
Oh.
where he because when you do a leg press, you know you put all your weights on and then you turn the handles and that releases it to fall down. And the guy's like laying on it and he kicks the handle to turn it and it falls and just crushes everything from the shoulders up. It's freaking dope. And
Which
then he
wouldn't have done that much damage, but it's still amazing.
I don't know, dude. If
I guess it depends on
laying there,
well, I guess it depends on the weight.
It depends on
is
how much
on it.
his neck was back.
Well, because it was through, right? Like it was because I think the seat like split a little bit, so I think his head was through it.
Yeah.
So then I think that's why it crushed it.
You know what? Pause. I'm gonna look at how much weight was on it. Let's have a moment of silence, real quick. Oh, shh. Is it cake? Have you ever seen Is It Cake?
Yeah, I've seen Is It Cake?
You have?
Yeah, like an actual object as cake or real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But have you seen the show on Netflix?
Oh, I haven't watched the show, no.
Oh.
But I know what it is.
The host is my least favorite guy ever.
Oh, well,
He's so not funny.
that makes the show hard to watch.
But it's really interesting because these people make these cakes that look like things.
Did you ever see the Lego Masters show or something
No, I never watched it.
that had the hot rod guy as the host? It was pretty funny.
Was it Bill Hader?
No, the annoying boyfriend. It's like, Barry boy.
Oh, Will
Batman.
Arnett.
Yeah, Will Arnett.
Yeah.
I knew it was W something.
Okay, so there's weight on this thing. Netflix should let you watch things in like 0.25 speed.
Yeah, like you too.
Okay, so he shoots the guy, and then he's laying down on the leg press, and I'm gonna pause it to see. Okay, so I'm
700
guessing
pounds.
that's
Ooh.
45, 45, 90, 180 plus 40, so 220 pounds at least, dude. I mean, those one might not even be 45 pounds.
Coming down at an angle.
Coming down on his neck.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. And he's already been shot in the chest
So
3 times.
great.
So
It's so great.
he's dead.
I love how they just kept finding gyms to record it into.
Yeah.
Like, it was just great,
so
right?
funny. Just freaking
A
awesome.
great choice.
So yeah. And there were several other ones where he wraps the, I don't think it killed the guy, but he wraps the cable around his neck and kicks him off.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's cool. Okay.
So the train scene was really cool. It almost felt like a hallway thing again, you know, not quite.
Yeah.
But it was kind of that same feel.
It was.
Like you're in a hallway.
Yeah.
The only thing about the train scene, and this kind of goes with story, is it was so cool, but at the same time, him just coming out of the train with the freaking machine gun and just firing at a helicopter while the helicopter is just shooting directly at him and he doesn't get hit at all.
That was the one that pulled me out for a second.
So unrealistic.
Yeah.
It looked cool because he was just like, I'm killing this helicopter,
Yeah.
but
They got to stop giving people plot protection
Yeah.
and just missing them completely. So, okay, the last thing I actually have for notes on visuals is the way that he saves her, Nick, when she's sliding off the roof about to die is so cool because he
It's
runs
really cool.
and he shoots the glass to break it so that he can grab onto the beam.
Yeah.
Clever. Very clever and very
As
cool.
soon as he started doing it, I was like, I knew he was trying to break it, but I didn't think about holding onto the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
So I was like, I know he's breaking it for a reason, but what's he going to hold on to? And then when it broke, I was
Right.
like, oh, cool.
And that scene, that kind of like, I guess, rooftop awning, glass awning scene, it was cool. It was clever. The only thing I don't like is, again, I never like this. This is a more writing thing, but when the bad guy walks up,
just shoots his
he
hand.
shoots him in the hand
Uh-huh.
and then has to give the longest speech ever
Uh-huh.
until somebody shoots him.
Yeah.
It's like,
They could do it. They could change that, you know?
if you're going to have him do a speech, do it from like far away. or
Right,
something.
have him as he's walking up saying something, and then have her wake up and just do the whole scene.
Yeah.
But don't just shoot the hand.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a bad guy, you're just gonna shoot the guy and walk away.
100%.
Like, come on.
So That's iffy. That's in my writing, but
Why did he need to shoot her anyways? He could just shot him and they both fall to their death. So it's like,
yeah, all you need to do is step on his fingies.
yeah.
And
You could just say what's the toe? This little piggy. this
little piggy went to the park. This little piggy stayed home. I was fully expecting Chris Hemsworth to do an Obi-Wan Kenobi jump and pull himself up, flip over the top, whip out his lightsaber, and just
And cut him in half.
cut the guy in half.
And then let him burn in some lava.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just miraculously comes at the top.
But that didn't work.
That
So
didn't work. Extraction 3. We'll wait for that
Extraction
one.
3, which, I mean, they set it up, and I will watch that movie
Oh, definitely.
so fast.
The other thing that I had was the elevator bomb. I just thought was cool.
Oh, yeah, where it pulls like
where it pulls the little trip. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, I liked it. So that's my visuals notes. That was long visual stuff.
Well, that's kind of the whole movie.
I guess that's
There's
true.
really not
'Cause
much
all my
else.
other sections, I have 4 notes. And I had
I have some story stuff.
9, 10 for visuals. So
Yeah.
I have some story stuff too, but only 2. Okay, what are you going to give the visuals?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you that. I want to give it really high because of the dedication and just all the people that had to work with it. There was some stuff that was a little finicky, but who else is making something like this? Like even John Wick and Nobody, they have kind of one-shot scenes, but it's not to this extreme.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 195.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
There was some stuff that wasn't great, but
Yeah.
props to them, dude.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a 193
Okay.
because of the same stuff. There's just a couple things that I was like, that was kind of iffy.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you can't make something look really good at this point, just kind of choose something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you can't make the bullet hits look good, maybe just don't make those people shoot them at that or
But then that would've-
shoot the
but that
car.
would have felt dumb
I guess so.
because who
Yeah,
wouldn't
you're
shoot
right.
at the windows?
You're right.
I guess honestly,
know.
honestly, why didn't they just shoot the wheels? But
Yeah. Maybe bulletproof tires.
only the heroes do that though.
That's true. Only the heroes.
Everybody else keeps shooting at the bulletproof glass because it's
Right.
gonna break this time.
break.
Okay,
Like
so you
when
only have
Elon Musk threw the thing
yeah,
at the
the sledgehammer.
wasn't it a ball?
well, there was a ball, but then I thought he hit it with the sledgehammer
Well,
and then
he-
it broke.
No, he threw the ball. He goes, "This glass is
Oh, that's
100%
right.
unbreakable," and he like tosses
not even
the
that
ball.
hard, yeah.
He like tosses the ball from 2 feet away, and it just like shatters. It doesn't break in, but the whole thing spiderwebs, and you're just like, he's like, "That didn't happen earlier." I'll bet it didn't, dude.
Oh, I love Elon.
Speaking of Elon, who you got in the fight?
Oh, Elon.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I hate Zuckerberg.
Zuck seems scrappy.
I hate him though.
Yeah, well, duh. But
So
I didn't
that's-
say
that's
who
the
do you
only reason
like.
why.
I said who you got in the fight. Musk's got to train, dude. Because
Here's the thing, though,
I
Musk-
think Zuck's out there. Like I think he's doing jujitsu. I
He
think
could
he's.
be.
I would
But Musk can just build a rocket to kill him anyways.
That fight has to happen.
It has
you can't
to.
use a rocket in a cage match.
Why not?
What?
Why not?
If they don't make a movie about this, I'm gonna be so upset.
I'm surprised Netflix hasn't already made a movie about
Already
it.
come out. Ugh.
They made a documentary on the submarine like 10 minutes after it happened.
Yeah, was that real? The documentary? Because I saw a picture of it, but I
Yeah.
thought it was a joke.
No, I think. Well, I guess I haven't looked at Netflix to see if it's real, but I thought it was.
Okay, hold on. Pause, please.
Pause.
Wow.
Beep boop beep boop.
Oh, no, that's not it. No, it's fake.
Oh, okay, never mind. But I could see Netflix doing something like that.
Yeah, that was fake. Okay, I was like, wow, that was so fast, but no, it's not true. Okay,
So my couple things for story. I love the training montage, but wheelchair to all the way back in 6 weeks. I mean, I know it's Chris Hemsworth, but
yeah.
No.
I mean, so realistically, he was only shot in the neck and the abdomen and broke his arm
and drowned in a river.
and fell from the
Uh-huh.
top of the bridge and landed on his back.
Yeah. So 6
So
weeks.
isn't that a 6-week recovery
weeks
time?
Is easy.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I've never broken anything, but I always recover from everything in 6 weeks.
Oh, 100%.
Stubbed toe, paper cut,
Cold.
blister, cold.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm assuming that his body works way better than mine does just from looking at him.
Probably.
So he's probably fine.
He's probably fine. I just, where he was like, she was like, "Oh, are you gonna wheel over and like chase me or something?" And he's like, "That's probably all I'll ever be able to do." And then like 2 minutes later, he's mowing down people in a prison.
True. That's true.
But it's fine because it was amazing.
Yeah, it's fine.
I love the. Was his name Taz?
I have no idea. Oh, is it the brother?
The brother.
Maybe.
Taz. I
Something
think it
like
was
that.
Taz or something like that. Him talking about TikTok in the car
Oh, that's so
when
funny.
the fight is happening, and he's like, "Yeah, every time when I'm talking about it, my phone hears me, and then I get medical TikToks." And so she's like, "You gotta stop you gotta stop watching the medical TikTok."
And doesn't she
'Cause
say,
it's so
then
true.
and then she says, just delete TikTok. And he's like, that's a horrible idea.
It's a horrible idea.
That's so funny. By the way, guys, follow us on TikTok.
We're definitely
Also-
not stealing your information.
Rip, dude. R.I.P. to that guy.
Yeah.
I was kind
I
of
wish the girl died instead of him.
I actually was really hoping she didn't die. I like her character.
She's fine, but I thought the brother was cooler because he watches medical TikToks and talks about his phone hearing him. So the other thing with story, the son goes up to the phone. Who doesn't have a lock on their phone at this point in life? And he's just able to text the guy and like tell him exactly where he's at.
That's
and everything
another.
like that.
That's another thing that is. Is that technically a MacGuffin? MacGuffin? Do you know what a MacGuffin is?
Yeah.
It's like
It's not
it's a plot device.
It's not MacGuffin though.
Isn't that what it's called?
No, it's the dude.
No, you're thinking of MacGyver.
Oh, I'm thinking MacGyver. Yeah, but it's
no,
MacGuffin.
it's not MacGyver.
Yeah, it's not MacGyver.
How do you spell MacGuffin?
MAWHQWC.
MacGuffin, an object or device in a movie or a book that serves merely as a trigger for the plot.
Okay.
Which is basically what this is. It's
Yes.
just like the guy. Also, what like high status government agent, blah, 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 leaves his phone on a table?
Again, with no lock. Come on.
So, I mean, again, this is very much an action-driven movie.
And it's so nitpicky.
Yeah, and that is nitpicky, but at the same time, it's lazy.
It's super lazy.
That's
they could have
way
done
lazy.
something better.
Put a GPS on something.
Something.
That's the easiest way to do it is just say, like, I've been tracking you. Like,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Because you can track it. You can stick an air tag
Yeah.
or tile in somebody's plane or
They
whatever.
could have
I don't
tracked
know.
their Apple AirPods or something.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Easy peasy. Just
Yeah.
add them on Find My Friends. And then there you go. So, yeah, I mean, that was pretty lazy.
Yeah.
And for him to like know exactly where they were going, the son,
Yeah.
doubt they like
exactly.
told him the coordinates, you know?
Yeah. He could just say, I'm in a helicopter. I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah. I'm in a
airplane."
private jet
Yeah.
50,000 feet up.
We're landing at latitude, longitude, this.
Yeah. Did you know that private jets fly higher than commercial jets and not lower? There's no reason I should know
Because
that.
he would know.
I thought they flew lower, but they fly higher so that they don't run into it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I would think you would need to fly higher so you don't run into it because
Why
they
not
don't.
low? I guess.
They don't have. I don't know how much communication they have with private stuff.
Yeah, and I guess you're probably. I was gonna say lower because it's a smaller plane, but that doesn't make any sense because.
Well, I think you
What
have
if the
to be at
plane-
20,000
What if the
feet.
plane starts to fly down? Then you die.
Then you have Sully.
Yep.
The cabinet, the island that the helicopter was shooting at, that they all went behind.
Bulletproof.
I need that in my house because that would be great.
Why? Because it looks cool or because it's bulletproof?
Because it's like insanely bulletproof. Like
I
a
mean, they are
helicopter.
at a safe house.
I understand that,
But
but it's a helicopter.
Why is the
gun.
glass so breakable?
And that is not even a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
it just mows it down, and there's
No, you're right.
nothing. I was really surprised that they actually did something different. So when the police were all there and they like, all just kept getting like killed, I was like, oh, the typical police never do anything. But then that one police officer totally like shoots down that helicopter, and I was
Yeah.
like, whoa,
Yeah.
the police did
Give
something.
the German police some credit.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool.
Bro. For sure.
My favorite scene in this whole movie is when they're both laying on the ground. The main bad guy of the show and Chris Hemsworth after they've beaten the crap out of each other, and he's just laying there and he's like, "I will not stop," and then he just
That was dope.
that was so cool.
And that was a beautiful, like, looking scene.
yeah,
too.
that's why it's cool because
Yeah.
it's just like is
Yeah.
them facing down. I also thought the one touching thing in this movie was the very end when she comes to talk to him in prison, the ex-wife, I don't know what her name is, and
Oh yeah, Mia.
Mia, yeah, because he's talking about the last thing his kid saw was that he was just walking out
Oh
on him.
yeah, that was good.
And she was like, the last thing he saw wasn't you walking out on him. It was you going to save people. He said, I want to be brave like that. And I was like, okay, that hit pretty good. That was
Yeah,
good.
that
Like
was
that
good.
scene was good.
It was some good closure.
And the rest
for
of that
him.
was basically
yeah.
just dumb story stuff.
Okay, so I only have two things.
Okay.
One of them is good and one of them is horrible. So what's the main bad guy's name?
I don't know.
The one who lives.
Yeah.
We'll call him Juiz.
Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders.
That's what we called him in
so
Avatar.
when he goes to see his dead brother not at the hospital,
Yeah.
in the mortuary, and he starts hitting it,
Yeah.
that just drove home insanity.
Yeah. That was super insanity.
Awesome.
Like just pounding on
like,
his freaking chest.
Yeah, dude, this guy's insane.
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk about the bad thing.
Okay.
That honestly took me out of the movie several times. And it's not the writer or director's fault per se. Let's talk about the Volkswagen for a second, okay? I know, you're like, what? This is something that has almost never bugged me. So you look at almost any Marvel movie, and they generally have a deal with a car company where basically all of your cars are going to be that, okay?
Right.
A lot of them were Audi, and then they switched to Acura, and then for Ant-Man, it was all Hyundais, which is like starting to go down the tier a little bit, you know? But there are still a lot of cool, good-looking Hyundais.
Yeah.
This movie was Volkswagens,
I did not
which is, in my opinion, and I'm so sorry if I have any Volkswagen lovers listening,
is the bottom tier.
That's the worst car you can drive.
Yeah.
They are horrible quality. Hitler literally named the company. I mean, I don't know if you can get anywhere. Did you not know that?
Oh my gosh.
So Volkswagen means the people's car, and Hitler wanted to name it that so that a lot of people would buy them.
Is that why the people that talk are always like the weird Russian sounding people?
The German sound?
Yeah.
Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my Volkswagen. It's horrible. I love it. So,
Well, Pomp.
are you telling me that Chris Hemsworth, as this character, super BA, jacked out of his mind, has all the resources in the world, is going to roll up in a Volkswagen truck? No, he's not going to. And it's just like, honestly, and that shouldn't pull me out as much as it does. And if he had stolen that truck, great.
Different.
But that's like his car.
Right.
No. That's
not
like
what he's gonna
like
choose.
if Tony Stark rolled up in a Volkswagen Golf instead of his Audi R8. Like, that's just not how it works, okay?
I didn't even notice this.
And so I don't, you usually forget about it, right? Because it's like, oh yeah, all these people have these fancy cars. Volkswagen doesn't make anything cool.
No, they don't.
They just don't.
They
and
don't.
so you've got people rolling around in like Volkswagen whatevers.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, cool. This rich guy's got a Jetta? Like, are you freaking kidding me? And I get it because like they need money to make this movie. And obviously Volkswagen pays them probably a substantial sum of money to make this movie.
Volkswagen is cheap.
And Volkswagen is cheap as they come. And so, but man,
You can't do Chris Hemsworth.
make a deal
Chris
with them
Hemsworth
that
like
says, can we at least put him in
like a Dodge Charger or something.
a cool car?
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was my story thing that I was just like, no.
That's funny.
this
I
is
didn't even notice that.
not it.
I'm gonna have to look at that
So
now.
yeah, now like when you watch any other movie, pay attention to what their car sponsor is.
Totally going to.
And because it works for most other movies. Like it's literally just Volkswagen where you can't do that. Because they're the only company that doesn't have cool cars.
Right. Or if it's like The Walking Dead and it's this dystopian post-apocalyptic and they're just driving in this brand new like Hyundai or something.
Yeah, you're like,
and it's
and the 2023 Hyundai Sonata equipped with airbags and a 5-star crash safety test rating.
it's still shimmering and everything and it's just like,
Which is,
I don't believe that.
that's what I love about Chuck. Have you ever seen Chuck?
No, but you've told me about
Yeah,
that.
when in
they're
Chuck,
doing, like the subway.
they do Subway, and then they do Toyota because Chuck was failing miserably as a show, even though it's wonderful. So they got Toyota, and the product placement is so funny because they get into this guy gets a minivan and they get in and like,
Is this a new
I love
Toyota?
I love your minivan. He's like, thanks. This is the new 2008 Toyota Hyundai or Toyota Sienna equipped with 8 seats and blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, he goes through the whole commercial and it's hilarious. It's so funny. I love Chuck. So
That's amazing.
anyway, that pulled me out
Okay.
a couple times. It was mostly when he rolled up at the end in his Volkswagen truck. And I was like, no,
That's so funny.
that's not it. So
If I ever rewatch this, it's just gonna be ruined for me now.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It works when Tony Stark is driving $300,000 Audis,
Well, duh,
you know.
because he looks cool.
I'm just am now picturing him rolling up in a Golf. So,
That'd be hilarious. A Jetta. What would you give the story?
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Where do you put for yourself? Where do you put choreography? What category do you put that in?
I must put that in visuals.
Yeah. Okay. So if I'm not counting choreography,
to write choreography, I guess.
yeah.
But I would say that's visuals.
Oh, one more question.
Yeah.
Who? Maybe I just missed this. Who hired them to go get this family out of prison?
The ex-wife. Remember? Because that's Idris Elba was. He was like, "You'll do it," and he's like, "No, I'm not going to." And it's like,
How does she have the money to hire them to do that?
I don't know.
I honestly, and I missed it in the first movie too, the why. Or the who,
The
I
who,
guess.
yeah.
In the first movie, I was like, I finished it and I was like, why did he go to extract this person?
Yeah.
Who? Because it's just one dude. Like, okay, so the ex-wife. Okay. I don't want to give it too low because it's not something that needed a story much.
Yeah, but I know we can't compare. But you think of Avatar.
But, yeah.
It was visually amazing, but we destroyed that story.
Well, the story wasn't good. I still think about it.
Neither is this, though.
This is, I would say this story is better than
Well, it's
Avatar.
better than Avatar, but is it much better than Avatar
No.
as a whole?
I'll give it a 167.
Okay.
So
I was going to go like 145.
that's, yeah.
Yeah. It's dumb,
Yeah.
but it's just enough to keep it moving.
It's dumb. Yeah. One thing I do think is good is the son and how torn he is.
Yes, yes.
I think that was good writing because he's got two people telling him two different things. His uncle's telling him that his mom is betraying him and lying to him, and his mom's telling him that his uncle's a killer and he's like torn and he was raised a certain way by a horrible person. So it's like that much is good, and the dialogue is good
the
and stuff
writing's
like
good.
that, and it moves along really nicely. The
Yeah.
pacing's really good,
Yeah.
and the plot points are good enough. So yeah. I mean that's why I give it average-ish.
Yeah.
Nothing
A little
super
bit
high.
higher than average.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay, acting.
I have no notes
I
for
have no
acting,
notes either.
score, or vibe.
Yeah, me neither. I have score. I have
Okay.
literally, my notes are like 7 words total on score. Acting, what would you give it?
175.
Okay. Is there a reason that you scored it so low?
I didn't think I honestly had a little bit of an issue with the main girl.
Okay.
Just her acting didn't seem great. I thought the villain was really good.
What did you think about when her brother died in the helicopter? When she was tore up. She was like crying.
I thought they did the scene well,
Mm-hmm.
but like they didn't cut to her much.
Okay.
It was more just like shot away and her like pretending to kind of scream.
Okay.
So I thought it was good, but I guess I didn't. I felt more emotion, I think, with Chris Hemsworth's just like face where he's trying not to cry
Yeah.
than I did with her like screaming. So I had a little bit of an issue with her.
Yeah,
And so
okay.
she was in it quite a bit. And then I thought the mom of the 2 kids, I liked her when she was fighting with Chris Hemsworth, but like I thought she was fine, but nothing
Okay.
like too crazy.
That's fair.
And I like the son's torn thing, but it didn't hit quite as hard because I didn't always feel that emotion with him.
Oh, yeah.
I felt the emotion in terms of like myself thinking about that.
Right.
But I didn't think he did quite enough to portray it as well as somebody else could.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. I am going to give it a 189.
Okay.
I feel like everybody did pretty good.
They all did great.
The son, I think, was good. The reason I think that his acting was good, and I think I read too much into these things.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's why I'm super defendant of Hayden Christensen
Mm-hmm.
because there's so much more than just, like, his acting, right?
Right.
Because you expect a certain amount, like a certain type of acting from most people just in movies.
Right.
And if you look really, really deep at like the why and like what his characters do and all this stuff. So with the son, he was probably raised emotionless
Yeah.
by his crazy dad, right?
Yeah.
And so I almost liked him more because of the just super
I
flatness
guess
of
that's
his
true.
acting.
Yeah.
But that's also like I'm just reading into that. That's not necessary. They didn't come out and say that, right? They didn't come out
No.
and say I was raised not to show emotion.
No, but you can
right?
tell from
But you
his dad.
can
Yeah.
tell. But I think when he acted like, and I love when child actors are good. Because how old was
yeah.
that kid? Do you think
14,
14, 15? So
maybe.
so I think he did a good job. I think everybody else was good. I actually think Nick did great. And one thing I really like, and again, I don't want this to sound sexist. I want it to sound the opposite. But a lot of times they put females into action roles and they don't physically train them enough, or they don't test them to see if they're going to look capable.
Right, right.
And they do that with men too.
Right.
Just saying. Because there are men in movies where I'm like, oh, that guy cannot do anything physical. Why is he in that role?
100%.
Right? But you take a movie, let's take like a boxing movie or whatever, right? You're not going to put somebody in there who, when they box, looks like an idiot.
Of course.
So when you put somebody in like a military type role, you don't want somebody who looks like they can't handle a gun.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
So she just looked, when she was fighting, when she was shooting and stuff, she looked very professional.
Yes.
So I think that's another level of acting that's more like a training thing than an actual emotion acting. But I think she did really good at that. So
I agree with
want to give her
that.
props for that.
The only thing that's weird to me, and I don't know if this is just like a director choice, but usually when girls are in a like action thing like this, they scream all the time. Like every throw or shot or something is just like over
They
the top.
overdo it. Yeah, they overdo it a
and I
ton.
don't so
Did
that
she
also
did
took
she
me
do
out.
that in this movie?
Yeah.
In this movie? Oh, okay.
Especially in the train
that.
scene. Like a lot of the
Oh.
like fighting she did, like hand-on-hand combat with people, it was just like
That is interesting. I would almost guarantee that's always a directing choice.
So that kind of took me out because
That makes sense.
It usually bugs me.
Yeah.
It's different if it sounds good, but when it's so extreme, it's just like, I mean, obviously, I've never done this stuff,
Yeah.
so maybe I would be screaming too, you know?
We'll talk about this way later, but that's why I don't like Spider-Man 2
Okay.
very much.
Okay,
The
yeah.
amount of screaming.
Yeah, no,
It's just like, oh.
I'm not going to
Okay.
disagree with you on that.
Yeah, we'll talk about Spider-Man though. I do
Holding a
like I
train.
like Spider-Man too, but I actually like that.
That's
but
so great.
Everyone in that movie screams like they're in King Kong from the 1960s, and it's like I thought we were past that.
Every time Kirsten does
Oh
anything.
my god! Because okay, super quick side note on Spider-Man. I'm so sorry. Before I think No Way Home, Courtney and I went through and watched all the Spider-Man movies, and I loved the Tobey movies growing up.
Okay.
So much. Like
Yeah.
that was like those were my movies,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Those were the first superhero movies I had, and I was like, man, I love these movies. And I turn them on and I'm watching through them, and I'm like, okay, they're good movies, but the screaming is out of control. It's almost laughably bad.
And his emotions in some of them is so bad too.
Yeah.
I will 100% agree with that.
It's one of those movies that is high up more because it's a classic than because it's good.
Yeah.
It is. They are good.
I would say the villains are what make those movies.
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin and then Doc Ock. I think Doc Ock is one of the best just created villains
Yeah.
in a lot of just movies ever.
Yeah.
Just because of how
the
torn
why.
he is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
with everything.
How
But
it works. For sure.
we'll get into that when we have our Spider-Man discussion.
Yeah, you guys. Another quick side note. No, we'll finish.
Yeah,
and then
we'll
we'll give you all
finish.
the side notes. Okay. So, yeah, I thought the acting was pretty good.
Yeah.
There weren't any moments where I was taken out by bad acting, which
Yeah.
happens. I would say in most movies, there's one person or one scene where the acting isn't great. In this, I never felt that.
Okay.
So that gets brownie points for
Yeah,
me.
of course.
So, okay, you don't have anything for the score?
No.
I just put the music is great. So the music was great.
So here, I wanted to bring this up. You had talked about how you wanted to start really paying attention to the music.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of torn because if I pay attention to it, I'll probably think everything's usually pretty good.
Yeah.
But if nothing just
You want it to jump
automatically
out.
hooks me, then
Is that
then
good?
am I analyzing it too much?
And that is an interesting. You have to balance it
Because
but
if it's
I
just
do
there
think
to
you're
be in there, then it's fine.
right. I do think you're right though. I do think it's something that should. Well, do you think it's something that you should notice? Like when it happens, do you think
Yes.
your brain should notice it, or do
Yeah.
you think that it's almost a subconscious thing that's adding to the scene?
I-
Because that's what's hard for me is
I
like
think I should notice. Like
Okay.
Annihilation. You take that end scene
Yeah.
without the music, and it's not a good scene.
that's true.
I mean, you really take the music out, and it's like a cool scene, but it's really not that cool.
Yeah.
But because the music was so good, it brought me into it, you know? So it's hard because I mean, I kind of want to put my score at like 150 because it's just like nothing drew me in.
That's
but
fair.
I was never taken out from the music. Like I wasn't like, "Ooh, that's a bad music choice."
So it's just plain old regular.
plain old regular.
Yeah. You want to give it a 150
Yeah,
then?
150.
Okay.
I'll give it a 155 for the ripping hand open sound
Wonderful.
effect and the skewering.
Wonderful.
And
Okay.
the skewering. And the skewering and,
And the
the skewering that I'm anticipating you putting in there
I'm
like
hoping
4
I can
times.
find it. I have to be able to find it on YouTube. That's the only way I can do
Can't
this.
you find it on Netflix?
Well, I can't. I don't have a way to really screen record it with audio.
Oh.
That's the issue.
Gotcha.
I can screen record with audio on YouTube, but Netflix doesn't let you.
Insert Bullet Train Cloverfield skewering here.
Yeah, I'll just mix them together and like make it sound the same. Okay, so the music was really good. It was very cinematic in a lot of parts, which I really, really enjoyed.
Yeah.
And I did notice the music jump out at me at several scenes, so I'm going to give it a higher score.
Cool.
But I also really loved the lack of music.
Yeah.
The first time I ever remember noticing the lack of music in a movie, which I'm not saying this was the first time it happened, but the first time I noticed it as a person was in 2012, Dark Knight Rises, 13.
13. Yes.
Was that 5 years later than The Dark Knight? That's
I think it was.
insane. Hold on.
Hold on. No.
No. Hold
But
on.
2013 seems like it's right.
I know, right? Please hold. 2012.
Oh, okay.
4 years, which is still long. especially
2012.
after that.
Greatest movie ever made.
2012. Dark Knight Rises. Hey, are you a Dark Knight Rises hater or lover?
I love Dark Knight
Okay,
Rises.
good. Okay. People just like didn't like that movie, and I really liked
There are
it.
reasons why I think it is very dumb,
Okay.
but
I haven't rewatched it in a really long time.
But I really love Bane.
Yeah. But anyway, so
Anyways.
the first time I ever noticed that was when he's fighting Bane in the waterfall, whatever, right? Whatever scene that is.
Yes,
They're fighting, and I don't think there's any music.
there's not.
And for the first time, I was like, and maybe it's because I had only ever watched Star Wars.
And then it
up
was
until
all music.
2012, and the whole movie's just music. And you're just like, where's all the music? But dude, it sucks you in when they do it right.
Yes.
And I love that. And they
Yes.
did that. I don't think the prison
I don't think it had any
break
music.
scene had a single ounce of music.
No.
I don't know how you would weigh music, but there was not any weight. Not a pound, not an ounce.
And how do you do music in a
gram.
one shot? You know what I mean? If you like it, I almost wonder if it takes you out.
It'd have to be long.
It has to be very long, and it have to be different.
20 minutes long. You have to write a
21
20-minute long
minute.
song, which there's
John Williams?
John Williams, you want to jump in and take that on? So yeah, that scene really just sucked me in, and I noticed that there was no music, which was also good.
That's cool.
You know, so those always
remember
feel
the
really
first
real,
time it
right?
happened
Because
to
like
me.
if you were watching that in real life, there wouldn't be any music playing. Hopefully, you know, or maybe.
Some orchestra just in the background.
You're just like watching two people kill each other in a coal room, and then all of a sudden, like people in their violins and cellos start walking up, and you're like, "Hold on a
The
second,
prisoners
what's
are just
happening?"
like, we will.
and they're just like,
we will.
So there's your mashup, dude. I'm gonna make it.
That would be cool.
We Will Rock You and Duel of the Fates. That's gonna be sick. I'm making that today. Okay.
You're
But anyway,
welcome.
so I think that was really cool. And then sound effects were just good.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, sound effects are
nothing
great.
crazy, like
No.
crazy awesome. But you can't make them crazy awesome, right? Because then they become unrealistic, I guess, in a way. So they were great.
They're very realistic.
They were very good, which means they were normal.
Yes.
So I'm gonna give it like a 1, man, because it's not in the 190s. Like it's not a score I'm gonna listen to.
No.
I'll give it a 178. No, I'll give it. Yeah, 178.
Okay.
It was good. It did the job for me and didn't feel lackluster
Right.
at any time. So, okay, vibe. Yeah, where are you putting? I'm very curious to hear where you're putting this on the vibe scale.
It's hard because again, I had a ton of fun watching it.
Yeah.
I was never not just like, oh, that was so cool,
Yeah.
or like, oh man, that was awesome. But then I think about it and I'm like, if I ever watch this again, I would just watch the clips on YouTube. So nothing
Interesting.
stuck with me that would draws me in to watch it again.
Yeah.
Nobody draws me in because of my love for Bob Odenkirk, right?
Yeah.
John Wick draws me in, well, I don't know, maybe just first of its kind. I don't know. Even John Wick, I might not like always rewatch, but
Right.
so that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, am I ever just going to sit down and be like, I'm going to watch Extraction 2? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but when I watched it, I loved it.
That is interesting.
Yeah. So I'm going to give it a 190.
Okay.
Because I thought it was a ton of fun. And I totally respect the directors, the writers,
Yeah.
the cameramen for making this film.
Cool. I'm gonna give it a 198.
Okay.
It's a vibe
Yeah.
for me. It's one of those. It just falls into the category of because here I'm trying to step away from the rewatchability thing because maybe it's because I don't have time to rewatch movies, so I need to stop thinking about if I would because I know I won't.
I know.
You know? But let's say I had somebody come over and say, show me a dope movie.
I guess
right?
that's true.
Then there are only a few movies where I'm like, you gotta see how cool this is
Right,
action-wise, right?
right.
Not like, oh, you're gonna cry at this movie. No,
Right.
like you're gonna be like, dang, the whole movie.
This is
right?
your Testosterone Tuesday movie.
This is my Testosterone Tuesday movie,
Yeah.
which that's all it is. It's just a vibe.
Yeah.
So
And I would
that's
100% recommend everybody watch this movie because
sure.
it's cool.
Yeah, 100%. So
It's weird. I guess all
Yeah.
of these stuff other than the one shots were just normal, basic things I've seen 100 times
That's true.
before.
Yeah.
So those are different, but it's not enough to make me watch a full 2-hour movie for it.
that's fair. Like because
Yeah.
the prison break scene is one of those scenes that's so cool.
Oh, I'm gonna
that
watch that again.
I want everyone to see it.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
And I won't ever forget it.
Because I think about, so this is like, if somebody was like, show me something like action packed, I'd probably jump to this movie pretty high up my list, you know? Because
Yeah.
I don't know what I gave like 10 Cloverfield Lane, but
That's not really
on
an
vibe,
action movie.
but like that's a different vibe, right? If someone
Yeah.
was like, let's watch like a thriller
Oh,
or
yeah.
something.
Then that's,
I'd be
like, number
actually, I
one.
got a movie to show you, right? Like, let me show you 10 Cloverfield Lane. So there's different vibes for different reasons, but I think I'm going to start thinking of it more as if like, if someone's like, what do I need to watch? I'm like, oh, you got to watch this, you know?
Yeah.
So
I guess for me, if somebody said I want to watch a really cool action movie, I would think of other things.
what would your number one
First-
be? Would it be Nobody? Or would it be 127 hours?
That's not an action movie.
To you, it is. The way you talk about it.
It's not an action movie. It would probably, I guess it depends on what they've seen, right?
Right, yeah.
So Nobody's not very popular. So I would probably say Nobody is one of my number ones. But like, I mean, Transformers or something, but like who
That's
hasn't
true.
seen Transformers?
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Or the Bourne series. I'm going to tell you to watch the Bourne series because they're fantastic.
Yeah.
Right? So, but it's like who hasn't seen those,
Mm-hmm.
So,
So you need to do less seen movies.
yeah.
I'm curious what the analytics are on this movie.
What's
And I wonder
Chris
if they're
Hemsworth?
available. Yeah, because there's not going to be a box office.
No.
But I can
It's-
probably find something. But
I know. I was wondering if there's any way we could predict something.
let's predict. I mean, I think with streaming services, they do watch hours, but they might just do views on movies.
Yeah. Which could be the
So
same.
to put it into perspective, I think this is just premieres. Okay, so
Okay.
Loki, season 1, episode 1, 2.5 million. Man, that might just be viewers actually. 2.5 million viewers.
Okay.
So there's that.
Right.
Um,
I think like Squid Game had like 50 million at like
Dang.
after the first week or something.
I just don't know. Let's see.
I remember reading something about it, and I thought that's what the number.
Let's see.
was.
Let's just try to take a guess at how many views. I guess how many
in the
watches.
first day.
Just up till now. Extraction 2 came out when? Let's see.
I have no idea.
I'm not even worried about it spoiling me because I don't think there's any chance that it will say it immediately.
No,
So this came out. Let's see.
probably only a couple weeks ago, right?
I think so. Oh, it's 2 months ago.
Oh my gosh,
April 20. Wait, no, that's Extraction 1.
Extraction 1 in April, and then Extraction 2 a month later.
Why doesn't it?
Does Netflix not keep track of their release dates?
June 16th.
Okay. Yeah, so a couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago. So yeah, how many views do you think it's had? Like how many people do you think have watched this movie?
12 million.
12 million. I'm going to say like 8 million.
Okay.
And I don't even know if we're going to be able to find this number.
I have no idea.
And I don't know why we're jumping ahead so fast, but here we are. We haven't even guessed our scores yet.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Extraction 2 viewership.
Yeah, that'll work.
Wow.
Oh, is there a number?
There is a number. And it is way higher than we thought it was.
So I take the W on this.
You're taking. I'm gonna give you the dub. I'm gonna under our
box office predictions.
under our box office predictions. I'm just gonna put you down for 12.
Nice.
And me down for 8. Shoot! Now I lost the tab. I have too many tabs open.
No.
Here it is. 42.2 million views, only in 1 week.
Okay.
That's from June 19th to June 25th.
Dang.
It has the #1 title on Netflix.
Like ever?
Well, I think just right now. I think
Of
it's-
course. Yeah.
I think it's just right now.
#1 in the world.
But
Dang,
yeah, it's like it's
okay.
higher up than Black Mirror is right now, which is kind of cool.
And it's Chris Hemsworth. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think people really are starting to take Netflix movies a lot more seriously overall. I mean, I know they make like so many movies.
Right.
Because they don't actually make the movies.
but
so
I
they
would
can
say
make all the
this
movies.
definitely brought my like wanting to watch more Netflix stuff up
Oh, yeah.
because I was like, oh, this was well made.
They make good stuff. And I always think that they don't for some reason.
Yeah.
But I feel like everything I've watched that is
Like
a
Bird
Netflix
Box
thing
was
is
good.
Bird Box is good.
Did you see
Stranger Things is good.
Did you see The Unforgivable?
I did not see the
With Sandra Bullock?
Unforgivable.
That was really good.
I really loved Red Notice. Wasn't that a Netflix movie?
Yeah, I didn't see that though.
I don't think
With
people liked it because
The
it was
Rock and
so Ryan Reynolds, but
Ryan
that's why I
Reynolds.
loved it.
Yeah.
It's because it was like,
Well, it's
it
Ryan
was
Reynolds.
a Rock and Ryan Reynolds movie.
Okay.
Like just any person could write that movie and it would be
Right.
the exact same.
But like Murder Mystery was fine.
I love those, but they're just Adam
I couldn't
Sandler
get through
movies.
the second one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was so bored.
I actually really liked it.
Hubie Halloween was hilarious.
Hubie
though.
Halloween's great. So
Yeah.
they make good stuff.
Yeah.
Because they don't actually make them.
Yeah.
They just slap their name on them and let other people make them. But okay, so I'll give you the W on this. 42.2 million. And it's probably way up from there because that was a week ago.
Yeah.
Okay, Greg, you get the W. Okay, what do you think you gave this movie out of 1,000?
839.
Okay. I'm guessing that's high. I'm guessing yours is in the lower 800s. Like
Yeah.
8. I'm gonna guess yours now.
You're gonna guess mine.
819.
Okay.
Okay, no, that's really low. 820. I'm gonna say I gave this movie an 889.
See, I'm gonna guess that
No.
you gave it like a 915.
Okay, what did you even say for yours?
839.
860.
Oh wow, that's higher than
Which means
thought.
I gave it a 9. No, I'm sticking with 889.
No, you're way higher than that.
925.
Oh, I gave it 920.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. You win all of it. Everything has been won for you. 860. So this is your first non-900s movie for a
Yeah.
long time. Besides Revenge of the Sith, Ant-Man. I mean, really, almost all of your movies are in the 900s.
Yeah.
Well, not almost.
Well,
all.
because most of the movies we're watching is stuff that I've seen.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. So we've done our box office predictions. Anything else
No,
to say?
I recommend it.
I recommend it too.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's really fun watch if you're wanting something really shoot 'em up.
It's a super fun watch.
It's really, really fun.
Yeah.
It's a good watch. Okay. Does that wrap us up for this?
I think so.
For Extraction 2. I was almost going to say Bullet Train.
For
So that wraps
that wraps us up for Bullet
that
Train?
wraps us up for Extraction 2. So let's make a couple of semi-announcements. We are actually going to have merch now.
Yeah.
I'm making it.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
And if you have anything that we have said that you want on a shirt, please email it to us
Yeah.
at reactiontimepodcast@gmail.com. If there's any line that you just think about all the time that you think is so great, do you have a list?
I don't.
See, because I couldn't remember anything else.
I'm just a 2-year-old
I'm just a 2-year-old baby. Fight Me Jim is a good one.
We are the dollar menu.
We are the dollar. Is it we or is it I? I can't
It was
remember.
we.
Okay, we'll do that. But yeah, if there's anything that's just hilarious.
There was one I was listening to and I was like, oh, we should make this a merch, and I didn't write it down.
Okay. I have some ideas too. But so we're making merch. If you guys subscribe, If you do a paid subscription either on Patreon or on the Spotify for
podcasters.
what's the app for them? Is it the same website, Spotify for podcasters, and they just go to it? Yeah. Anyway,
You just click in the note.
there's some paid subscriptions. Even if you're only subscribed for 99 cents a month, we will give you a discount on our merch.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be hypothetical merch anymore. It's going to be real.
It's
You
gonna
can
be real.
actually purchase it, and there will be options, and it's going to be super fun. The other thing, we are going to start doing bonus episodes for our paid subscribers,
Yes.
and we've got a lot.
Yeah.
They're not going to be only movie reviews, although there may be some on there, but it's going to be a lot of kind of, I don't know, I was going to say more fun, but it's not more fun. It's just kind of more in depth. So we're going to do some like ratings. Like we're going to go through series and just say like, we'll rank our movies. So for example, we take like the Spider-Man movies, which we've talked about doing, and we're going to put them in order from our favorite to least favorite. Or we're going to take all the Marvel movies. We're going to do a tier list and we'll do video for you guys.
Gosh.
Yeah. Because
That'd
there's
be a
30.
biggie.
How many movies are there now? 30 something?
Something.
Or at least 30 something projects.
Do you
So,
include TV shows in that?
I mean, yeah, I think
Oh my
so. Because
gosh.
they're all just the lowest tier, except for Loki and WandaVision.
And Moon Knight.
I'll have to rewatch Moon Knight.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's actually happening now. So I would expect that in August because July is going to be crazy. Craig's gone for a week, and then I'm gone for a week and a half after that.
Yep.
We'll still release episodes on those Fridays. Don't worry.
Calm down. Calm down.
Calm
It's
down.
okay.
Chill it out. But we won't be able to be really making bonus content. But come August, I would say that we should have that stuff started.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool.
So jump on those links. There's links for both Patreon and Spotify. The subscription for Spotify in the show notes or description or wherever you're checking this out. Click on either one of those. 99 cents is fine.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to do more, we
Great.
can give you more.
Yeah.
We'll probably base your discount off of how much you're subscribed for.
Yeah. And do you want to do bonus episodes at a higher one?
No, I think any paid,
Okay.
you got bonus episodes.
Okay.
No matter what. Because they got to get
something.
You gotta get
getting there.
something
Yeah.
for subscribing. So those will be super exclusive. You guys will be the only ones who are able to listen to those.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying 99 cents is close to nothing
It's close enough.
when you really think about it. Unless you literally don't have any money. But it really, like, think about how much
call us and
think about how much 99
Will
cents is. Honestly, I will pay your subscription if you subscribe. Because subscriptions help our algorithm.
I
ton,
guess that's true.
Probably,
Yeah.
probably. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm guessing it does. So I will pay the 99 cents a month. I should subscribe. Why am I not subscribed?
Yeah, why aren't you subscribed?
Why aren't you subscribed?
What the heck, dude? I've been subscribed for a long time.
No. Okay. Well, that wraps it up. Next week, we're going to be talking about, mother of pearl.
What?
I'll talk to you about it later.
Okay.
Next week, we'll be reviewing something.
Okay.
So, Craig's confused.
So this-
we'll talk about it.
That has
minute.
been this episode
That has been this episode of Reaction.
of rotating
Wow.
elevators. Actually cool.
Yeah.
Tilting icicles, occasionally new. Telephones integrate molecular extremities.
You guys, I have to get out of here. I got to take Craig to the hospital because he swallowed a dictionary. And is stuck in his esophagus and coming out of his brain. Thank you all for listening. Wow, that was a long episode.
That was a long. I thought it was going to be like 40 minutes,
Yeah.
maybe.
cool. All right, well, love you all, and goodbye.
Okay, bye.